Welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Next Generation recap and rewatch podcast, where every week myself, Adam Ordall Quinnell, and my co-host with the mo-host.
Hey everybody, it's Al Hurt. What's up?
Mr. Al Hurt and I, what is up indeed? We get together over the internet and we discuss an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. We have some laughs. We give it a little rating. We have fun with it. We then discuss like some shit that we're watching or experiencing, and then everybody gets to go on about their day. We're not trying to take up your whole fucking life with this shit, but we just want to give you a little rest, but we just want to walk you through an episode. Maybe you don't have time. You don't have time to watch Star Trek The Next Generation. You'd rather listen to two guys in California discuss it. And good on you, because we love the people who listen to this. But yeah, we started with Star Trek, the original series, and now we're into season 2 of Next Generation. So Al, you asked me what's up. You asked ostensibly you asked the audience what's up, but also me. And I'll tell you, I've had a lot going on. It's been a long week. I went to the doctor, and she said that I have arthritis on my spine, but she didn't make it seem like it's that big a deal. Like that's just a normal degenerative spine thing. But she also said I can't play disc golf until I go to until I finally get my spine clinic appointment.
Gosh.
And I've gotten closer to getting the spine clinic appointment. I got like better phone numbers to call and shit. So I've actually made progress. But my ribs are not broken. They likely were. They were, but they are better now. But I can't play disc golf until I go to the spine center. And it was so funny because she said, yeah, and when you go to the spine center and you show them the disc golf stuff and they're going to help you rehab, and you really want them to like tell you help you with your form so that you're doing it in the best way for your back. And I would just want to be like, lady, I don't give a fuck about my form for my back. It's like, what make disc go? All right. Like what make the disc go? That's what I do. Like, is my spine center guy, like they just need to tell me, they need to tell me, yes, you can play disc golf, or no, you can't play disc golf.
Nah, it's like they're asking you to find a spine guy in the spine center who also happens to play disc golf.
Yeah, and honestly, that would be dope. You know, it's like Ricky Wysocki's cousin. He's a famous disc golfer. Ricky Wysocki's cousin is like, my cousin Ricky is a big disc golfer, and he's got arthritis on his spine. But yeah, and it's been a long road getting from there to here. But I'm figuring it out. I'm feeling better.
That's good.
A little bit. Yeah. It's so weird that when spine hurt, make rib hurt. Like because my ribs are healed, but my chest still hurts. And it's because the nerves in your spine are all connected, like to this shit.
Oh, geez.
So like spine make chest hurt. Like it, like and I know people have it a lot worse than I do bodily. I get it. But also it just really feels like I'm on the beach where people get old, but it's like only like 5 times as fast as real life. Like
flirting with the line.
My doctor, she said, so you're 43. Let's talk about what you do when you're 43. And she was like talking about when my next colonoscopy is. And I was like, I actually just had my colonoscopy 2 years ago, and I'm not due again until 2029. And so like I'm ahead of the game on all this stuff, but it feels like I'm rapidly aging, and I'm gonna figure that out, because like I can't.
But it's crazy because it's like by you just easily getting that spine center phone number, that's more than maybe 2/3 of this of the whole country try to figure out their healthcare, you know?
Oh, dude, right?
Some people are just like, fuck it. I'm just going to ride till I die.
Well, it fucking sucked because like I got the referral last March. And then I called the regular appointment line and they were like, call back in 2 weeks. So I call back in 2 weeks. No, I call back in 3 weeks and we'll see what's available. And so then I did that 3 times. And then I went, I am also a mentally ill person and this is really starting to fucking piss me off. So I'm just going to check in a couple months. And keep doing my physical therapy stuff on my own, my stretching and all that shit. And then I broke my ribs in August. And hey, that's the exact drinkable that I had. He just took a pull off his Not Your Father's. And I was like, oh, the same shit.
It's really good.
They do not sponsor our podcast, but they should. So then I broke my ribs and that made everything hurt. And so I didn't call the spine center because I was like, well, now I got to rehab my ribs for 12 weeks and then I'll call the spine center. But then my ribs just never felt better they like, wow. Isn't that funny how that could, depending on your tone of voice, it's like my ribs never felt like better or they never felt better. And so then in January, I just quit doing all of my twisting and stuff for disc golf and just got regular like walking exercise and stretching and shit. And it didn't. So then I went to the x-ray and now my doctor just said, hey, I can't really help you too much. Here's some pills. Don't play disc golf until you see the spine center. But then she also said that the spine center called me back. She like showed me my history and they're like called me twice and left messages. And I was like, I didn't get those fucking messages. And I like pulled up my voicemail right there and I saw them sandwiched between like spams like from a few days ago. And so it's just been a comedy of errors over here in Van Nuys. We're not even in the valley anymore. We're barely
I recently had to do this health insurance thing for work.
Puke.
And it's like there's another company that reimburses it, and then there's like a third guy that like all their job is to like assess reimbursements in between companies and insurances. And I'm like, that's just so wild that like your entire career is just based off of like misunderstandings or like, oh, I was supposed to call this guy or call that guy, and
yeah, we live in hell.
Voicemails and all that shit.
We live in hell.
It could have just been an email and
absolutely,
a button. Or like, yeah, we have no problem, signing up for all these subscriptions and shit. And like, I hear about the Rocket Money or whatever, and it's like an app that like goes through your subscriptions because I guess people are just willy-nilly signing things up.
Oh, I finally come on, you talk though. like I've definitely been victim to that
with free trials, but like, oh man, I don't know, man.
One time I signed up for a free trial for like some audio editing software that I barely needed, and it charged me at like the worst time something could charge me in my fucking life. It was a nightmare, but I was so tired of hearing about Rocket Money that I finally became a monthly subscriber to the YKS Patreon because that's how you get the ad-free episodes. I know,
seriously, it's all I've been listening to.
I love those guys, but they do a fucking hilarious amount of ads. And it's kind of a bit at this point, and I'm glad because I want them to be able to do the podcast and not have to worry about money. But
there's some that are like 20 minutes, dude, of just ads. Sprinkled throughout.
When I saw the runtime for the ad-free episodes, when I got that up versus the ad ones, it is 20-25 minutes. But again, the ads are kind of funny and you can skip them. You just smash that 30-second button, and
at least they have fun with them too. It's like there's some podcasts that like read a script, some don't,
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. And if anybody wants to give us a bunch of money to read a script, hey, whatever. As long as you're not Raytheon, and honestly, whatever. Al's fairly anonymous. Raytheon knows me. But yeah, so that was good catching up, Al. I want to catch up with you more on our net. We're recording 2 today, so I want to stash a little bit of juice. Cool, I want to stash some of that social juice for the next recording. And that brings us to The first official segment of the show.
Oh, yes.
What does Al remember? Someday one of the podcasts that I do will make any money so that I can afford like the $50 a month to have a subscription to a program that we both log into remotely, so you can actually hear my fucking sounds. But yeah, this is
be like a Switch, honestly, on Zoom.
Well,
I don't know. That's so weird.
Well, maybe I can do the original sound for musicians or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The point is, this is What Does Al Remember? This is a game that we play where I throw it to Al to ask him what he remembers about an episode of something we've watched in the past. And then I help him out, and we kind of put together what it was about. And this week, I am going to ask you, Al, what do you remember about Season 1, Episode 16 of Star Trek, the original series, The Galileo 7?
The Galileo
7.
Was this one of like those spoiled people that the crew ran into and they got like tortured?
No.
Okay, Galileo 7.
What if I told you it's a Spock?
Like smart professor?
No. What if I told you it was a Spock episode? Does that help you at all?
Spock. Galileo 7.
What if I told you that the Galileo shuttle, the Doctor...
Oh, this is one of my favorite episodes. Because I remember specifically pointing out to you, because I was like, this is the first time when Spock kind of takes over. Because the shuttle like gets abandoned and stranded on a planet.
Yeah.
And he's like, they can't talk to Kirk, so it's Spock and one other guy, right? And they're just trying to survive on this planet.
It's a few of them.
The Enterprise eventually picks him up, but it's like...
It's Spock, Dr. McCoy, Scotty.
Yes, it's Dr. McCoy.
Boma, Gaetano, Latimer, and Mears.
What? Oh,
yeah, it's like he's got a bunch of people on the shuttlecraft with him. They're doing a mission. They're a shuttle sent to investigate the Murasaki 312 anomaly, and the crew members are Spock and the gang.
They can't communicate because of like thunderstorms or something.
Yeah.
And they have to like go in a cave.
Yeah, they crash on Taurus 2, and they're attacked by colossal native creatures.
Yeah, and then didn't they have like funny helmets or something? Like
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember, but I get them all mixed up with the animated series.
Oh, dude. No, they were just people in like ape costumes, sort of.
They had sticks, right? Like staffs.
They picked up boulders and stuff. No, they had like dark faces that did not look great. And yeah, they very primitive caveman-esque, covered in furs. And they throw hilarious boulders at the shuttle.
Yeah. I just remember liking this one because Spock had taken over as like a leader of some sorts.
Leader of man.
Like,
Nickelback.
Now him and McCoy don't beef too much in this one. They bicker. Oh, actually, wait.
It's
they
Boma.
bicker to the very end because we make a point of they're taking off, right? In the shuttlecraft leaving Taurus or whatever.
Yeah.
And McCoy's like, I swear to God, if we die, I'm going to kill you in the afterlife or some shit like that. And we were like, dude, this guy cannot stop talking shit until the very end, you know? Like they're literally taking off, leaving, everything's fine. And McCoy's like, fuck you, Spock.
Plus, the one of the fun things about this is it's one of the times when the Enterprise has a commissioner up their ass to deliver medical supplies or some shit.
Oh yeah.
And then Spock makes an illogical decision to burn their remaining fuel, which signals where they are to the Enterprise.
That's right.
But yeah, Boma and Spock go back and forth. Boma and Spock go round
Boma's
and round.
The doctor, right?
I believe so. Yes. Or he's a blue shirt. He's a blue shirt character.
Yeah, but it's like he fills in for McCoy
Well, no,
when
the
McCoy's off the ship, right?
the doctor. This is a different character. You're thinking of Mbenga. You're thinking of Dr.
yeah.
Mbenga. This is just a science officer or something. But yeah, so then they make it back, and isn't it funny that even when we go back into a what does Al remember from the first season of our podcast, right? Yeah. And one of the big plot points is they need to go deliver medical supplies. Like I was thinking about this on my walk. I was like, the Star Trek is a show about a ship that delivers either medical supplies or a plague, depending on the situation. And
whether it be by accident or on purpose.
Right? Oh, there you go. If you take all the times they've accidentally delivered a solution to something or a problem. Hey, I think that once you figured out which episode we were talking about, you did a good job. And that's what Al remembered. Good job, buddy. And that brings us to the main segment of our trek into Trek Hour, OUR, Trek into Star Trek The Next Generation. This week we're discussing Season 2, Episode 8 of Ting. That's what I call TNG.
Ting.
Ting. The episode is titled A Matter of Honor. Ooh, I bet it's about them Klingons. And it was written by Burton Armis, Wanda M. Haight, and others. And it was directed by Bobby Bowman, Bobby B. This episode aired on February. Holy shit. I had to figure out how the months correspond to a number. February 6th, 1989, which is like 22 years from... Isn't it crazy that there's way more time between now and the premiere of TNG? There's like two times as much time than there was between original series and TNG. Like, and yeah. So the Paramount Plus synopsis for this is: Riker's loyalties are put to the test when he is assigned to a Klingon vessel which plans to attack the Enterprise.
It's like due to a misunderstanding.
Well, now that due to a quirky misunderstanding. This week on Star Trek, the Klingons and the Federation have a real dilly of a time occupying the same space in the galaxy.
It goes back to like what you were saying about there was some other disaster or something in Star Trek that we were talking about. I think it was a movie or something, but you were like, they're all on ships. Like, can't they just call each other?
Yeah,
like,
they should just call each other and be like, what
we
up?
Figured out like
what up?
Time travel, light speed, teleportation.
Well, that's what with the Klingons.
No ham radio, you know,
Al, I think you're missing the title of the fucking episode. With the Klingons, they're not just going to communicate because it's a matter of honor. And wouldn't it'd be funny if A Matter of Honor was the name of I was gonna say like a sitcom. It's a Matter of Honor, and it's about a judge. Maybe it's about a judge that uses the transporter to make their decisions. Get it? Like a matter, like you're made of matter of honor. It's a judge.
Okay.
I am fucking rocking today, dude. I need to be exhausted more often. Like I could either record for 5 hours or go immediately to sleep. Those are like my two options.
Your two options. Yeah.
But yeah, so A Matter of Honor, and it opens with the Enterprise shows up at Starbase 179, and they're beaming up a bunch of blue shirts who are like, they're doing a crew rotation or picking up assignments or something. And one of them is the blue breather guy who looks more like a Star Wars alien than a Star Trek alien.
This is one of the best bits, though, of the whole, I think, of, like, the whole show.
Are you racist? The Crusher is like, hey, you're Nordok, the guy that I went to the academy test with. And he's like, I'm not. I'm Mendon. It's funny because so it's like, Wesley, you're racist. But it's funny because Mendon is like, don't worry. We're from the same geostructure, so naturally we do look alike. You're not racist. It's like if somebody confused the two of us, like an alien confused the two of us, and we'd be like, well, we are from the same hemisphere. Oh, we're not even though. Holy shit, dude. We're on the same podcast. I understand how you could confuse us. So yeah, the rest of the cold open it's funny because they mentioned that there's an indoctrination session for these new recruits or these new cadets or whatever.
I didn't really get that. Maybe
I think that's
like
probably
some medical bay bullshit.
Oh, it's naval speak. I think these are they're for various departments. These people that are beamed up, and so this Mendon guy's a little too gung ho. I think he's going to be a bit of a problem. What did you think of how did Picard and Riker bond in the cold open?
That was interesting. I don't know. It was just them kind of shooting the shit and Picard just being like, well, this is a weird fucking assignment. Like, aren't you a little worried? Like,
well, hold on. No.
Don't you seem, eager?
You used an interesting word. You said they're shooting the shit.
Yeah, they are shooting the shit.
Because they are on the
literally.
phaser range.
Yeah.
And so that's like, what I was trying to get to. They're on they're hilariously on the holodeck phaser range, shooting targets.
Yeah, it's given like, the whole Star Wars thing when Luke puts on the helmet.
Is giving that, isn't it? And then we got the guy with the breather. This is a Star Wars coded episode if we've ever fucking seen one, bro. And we're not a diehard encyclopedic Star Trek podcast, so we'll talk about Star Wars and not feel like dumb about it. Now, they're discussing this exchange program, and because they got that's how they got like the Benzite, that guy with the breather and shit. It's part of an exchange program, but there's also a little bit more of an exchange that Picard is thinking about. He's going to ask for volunteers. What?
Yeah, but he's bringing up the fact that it's like it's a weird and intimidating position, and like.
Riker loves
the
that.
Captain is like the captain of the other ship is like very eager to like start the program, and so then Riker just wants to do it because it's like Picard, he goes, why do you want to do it? Riker's like, because nobody else has.
Riker wants.
Like, I feel like this assignment fits his personality perfectly.
Riker immediately gets a boner for anything that could impress Picard. But it's not in a cloying way. Like, I don't think it's a cringe way when he does it. But
I think it's genuine.
You haven't even mentioned what's the assignment. What does he want him to do?
It's he's going to be the first officer on the Klingon ship.
Oh, what? You're telling me? Because we got Worf on a Starfleet vessel. You're telling me that old Riker, you think he's gonna kick his leg over a chair on a Klingon ship? They should have had him kick his leg over a Targ. He should have been like the Targ and be like, Riker. But he's gonna be the first officer on a Klingon ship, and as you said, he volunteers.
It's giving Tom Paris too as well.
Giving what? I was like, talking over you like a fucker.
No, it's giving Tom Paris as well.
Ooh. Yeah,
like that eagerness of like, I just want to be the first to do it, or like, I forgot who said that quote, but it's
it was Abraham Lincoln, wasn't
it? The mountains, the mountain guy, and it's like, a reporter asks some mountain dude, it's like, why do you climb all these mountains? Like, why do you free solo all of them?
Oh,
and he's like,
Alex
it's
Honnold.
just because they're there.
Alex Honnold.
You're right. Yeah, we brought him up before.
Yeah, he's great. He's gonna die.
It's just like, it's because it's there. And it's great because you would think the Starfleet would have already like done this assignment by now, but everybody's just super intimidated by the Klingons. I still feel
tensions are still very high between the Klingons and the Federation, even though it's like 100 years or whatever after their war. I say like war, like a Klingon, and so Riker is we open Act 1 after the cold open with Riker asking Worf questions, because who are you going to ask? You know, you're going to ask the Klingon.
Yeah.
You know, hey buddy, how's it going? What's it like over there? And the captain, if the one thing, and this is kind of the centerpiece of it, a matter of honor, as it were. If the captain on a Klingon ship becomes weak, his honorable next officer must kill him. And then the Klingon, and Riker's like, holy shit, that seems fucked up. And Worf is like, the Klingon system has operated successfully for centuries.
He's like, well, I mean, it's been working out for us.
Oh, did it? You got beat by the Federation, you fucking dummies. Now, Nordok is the Benzite, and something that they mentioned earlier in the episode that I kind of glossed over is that Benzites are like, they're eager to please, basically. Mm-hmm. So we've got this dichotomy of the Benzite trying to worm his way into the hearts and minds of the bridge crew, and then we also being just a total kiss ass, and then we also have Riker learning the ropes on the Klingon ship, and that this Benzite dude, this Nordok, he is a real fucking piece of work. He's criticizing how everybody does things on the bridge. He's constantly violating chain of command. He's supposed to report anything to Worf, but he keeps just like talking directly to Picard.
And it's like, for how strict the Starfleet Academy comes off in the show, especially with like Wesley's first test and stuff and the whole psychological BS.
Motherfucker should know that shit.
Yeah.
Act like you've been there before. Isn't that what they say? Act like you've been there before, bro.
And also, I don't know. I mean, it comes up later. I don't want to like get too ahead of myself.
Oh, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves.
His whole procedural BS is, it comes to fruition later, you know?
Right. So then there's a great scene of Riker is there's a feast. You usually do a feast before you transfer to a different ship, right? Mm-hmm. And Picard actually says, I envy you, Riker. You get to go stink it up with the pigs or something like that. He's like, you get to go really get your hands dirty with the Klingons. And Riker's eating all the Klingon food. So he's got like gak and bach, bach, and bach, and bach. And, he's got big plates of squirmy, and they're not living gak. That's the thing. We have they spend a lot of time talking about Klingon cuisine.
I saw in Memory Alpha what they actually were, like the meals that the chef has made for the show. So I'll save those for later.
Good. Yeah. We got to cover that. We should have, if this were my other podcast, we would have done a game where you do real or fake and you make up some, and then I have to guess which ones are actually from the show and which ones are made up. But yeah, because he's got the blood wine, and Riker, I like Riker a lot. He's really coming into his own as a character. Just how stoked he is to be eating all the fucking weird shit, and just like
it would be too like cookie cutter and stereotypical too. Like, we've had like 2 full shows and a bunch of movies of McCoy being like, God damn it, fuck this, fuck space, I hate this food, I hate transport.
Oh,
it's
dude,
like,
you think McCoy would eat? You think he'd eat gawk?
Yeah,
no.
Like it's refreshing to see somebody go head first into this, because it's like, that's the reason why, I don't know, it's part of the human experience for people to just want more, to like look for more things.
Yes.
That's why the Q Continuum wanted him so badly,
Yes, because he's
just so eager to do these things.
He doesn't sit regular on a chair, bro. He doesn't approach a chair like you or I. Like he alphas that chair. He dominates it by hanging his ball sack over the fucking back of it. Now, something that will become important later is Worf gives Riker an emergency transponder. He's basically like so the playwright
shit hits a fan.
the playwright Chekhov, there's like an old theater writing thing called Chekhov's gun, where Chekhov said, if you introduce a gun in Act 1, by the end of Act 3 it's got to go off, and so we get Chekhov's Riker's transponder by way of Anton Chekhov. I hope that was his first name. Now, Worf is heavy in this episode because he is also the guy that Mendon Mendon reports to, they have like a dust up because he goes around him for chain of command, and Worf is like, "You didn't offend me yet." And he's poking around the Klingon. Mendon is poking around the Klingon ship scans, and there's just all kinds of stuff that's like, this will be important in the next scenes. And he notices that there's a macrobiotic colony on the Klingon ship, and he doesn't say anything about it.
He just goes, "Huh, that's weird.
I must learn 100% about this before I tell anybody." O'Brien,
Which, to his credit, I guess, I get it. Like, it's
I think
annoying when you present something and it's not like complete.
I think that's
but
bullshit.
At the same time, this is an emergency.
And it's Starfleet. They figure stuff out. And
together.
The audacity of thinking that you could figure this out, even, it's such fucking hogwash, dude. And there's a good little sequence a little scene at the end of Act 2 here where Riker and O'Brien are on the transporter platform, and O'Brien's like, "Riker, you should be afraid, man." And Riker's like, "You'd be afraid?" And O'Brien's like, "Fuck yeah, dude. Klingons, dude. They're brutal, bro." And then he just beams him over, and the look on Riker's face as he beams, it's pretty great. Now, Ensign Mendon in Act 2, he has some notes for how things run on the bridge. And he really is getting up Picard's ass, right? What did you think of his tete-a-tete with Worf on the bridge there at the beginning of Act 2?
Well, it's just kind of awkward, but
was it?
I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, because I don't know. It's Mendon just it's the whole error, and I mean, I've done this personally at work where it's
God,
you just assume too much, and
or
like, you do more work than the necessary, or you end up like going down the wrong path or something.
You spend time doing the wrong thing.
It's nice though, because thank God, Picard's like calm and understanding, whereas Worf is like, just don't fuck with me. And it's just this nice like balance of like discipline, but it's also, I don't know, kind.
Pick your
rather
spots.
than just them screaming at Mendon to get his shit together.
Picard
even goes like, "We should have covered this more in your indoctrination."
Picard is very stern, but he also is helpful, right? And he knows that you're dealing with other cultures. This ain't like somebody from across the ocean, This is this isn't like culturally somebody who's basically like you, but their god looks different, Now, so Mendon wanted to impress him, and Worf, Picard says, "Report to Worf," and Worf is like, "You may impress me," and Mendon like gulps through his breather.
It's kind of like, well, we're waiting kind of moment,
Right? And this is when we cut to, so we just saw, I now that I'm talking about it, I'm really seeing all the connections between Mendon's experience on the Enterprise and Riker's experience on the fucking because we just have this awkward ass exchange, cultural bash up exchange on the bridge, and then we cut to another cultural fucking fight kind of or dust up with the Klingons. Riker is in this red. Of course, the Klingon ship is lit red. I should have had all my red lights on in here so it looks like I was in a Klingon ship.
It's like that stereotype in Mexico with the yellow filter, or the orange filter,
right?
It's just like, ooh, they're so evil and different. It's got to be red and darkly lit.
And Riker's being ogled as a freak by men and women alike.
But it's also like, as soon as he gets on the ship, they're like, "We don't trust you," and it's like, why even do this assignment?
No shit, dude. You don't trust us?
Just like not done it.
Look, we're also racist. The Federation is like, don't worry. The Irish motherfucker who fucking beamed me over here was like, I don't trust those motherfuckers. Be careful. And I'm Irish, man. I understand racism from both ends, bro. And
he's just like, he has a transporter too.
Transponder.
Or transponder, yeah.
So basically, Riker goes to meet Captain, and he's what's the captain's
taking
name?
His position as first officer.
Right, he's taking his position as first officer. They're making the transfer official. What is the officer's the captain's name? Captain Kargan. But the more important guy to me that we need to talk about is old fucking jawbones himself, Second Officer Clag, who is ultra famous character actor Brian Thompson. I didn't realize that this guy's name was Brian Thompson. I thought his name would be like Jorgen fucking Jackhammer, you know? But no, he's Brian Thompson.
Very Euro coded, with the jawline.
Did you know?
Forehead.
Well, he was one of the punks in Terminator. When Terminator's like Nice Night for a Walk.
Yeah.
He was in a bunch of like action movies as villains and shit. But you may remember him as Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Like, isn't it fucked up? Like Shao Kahn is like a made up character, right? But they still cast a white guy as an Asian character. Like, Shao Kahn is definitely like Southeast Asian diaspora coded character. And also he's from a spirit world or whatever, and they definitely could have just cast whoever. They didn't need to cast a white guy.
Brian Thompson feels like
they cast
fill in that guy.
Brian Thompson
that one dude
as Shao Kahn.
It's like he's got that look on his face.
There's definitely I can think of several Chinese and Japanese actors that would do a better Shao Kahn, I think. But anyway, I love Brian Thompson. He's been in all of the great. He was from a thug to the main villain. He's been in every. I'm pretty sure he was in like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and shit. Like, dude is all over the place.
I was just looking on Google. He was in a Claude Van Damme movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh yeah, he was
Jean-Claude.
You called him Claude Van Damme, dude. You're so young. You're younger than the other guy I do a podcast with, which is crazy. But now he was also, like I said, he was a punk in Terminator. Now the oath that Riker has to take is that I'm the first officer of this fucking ship. Right? Mm-hmm. Even Captain Kargan's like, even if I ask you to attack a Federation ship, you must listen to me as your Klingon captain. And Riker's first command decision is to like kick this guy's ass. The second in command, which is
the position.
He kicks Calgon's ass, right? The guy we were just talking about.
He kicks his ass, and the captain
you may impress
takes joy in
me.
it. I don't know. It's just like a little. They're like brutal promotions.
Oh yeah,
it's like, imagine if you needed to get a promotion, and then you had to like kick the ass of the guy who's in that position.
Yes,
and it's great too, because after he beats him up, he's like, "Would you?" Riker's like, "This matters between me and the captain. Now, would you rather, keep your rank as lieutenant, or would you rather be a prisoner?"
Yeah, dude, and he's like,
"I'll
stay a lieutenant." And yeah, because Riker really kicks this guy's ass, and it is Brian Thompson. So not only does Riker kick his ass, he throws him into a console that explodes on his fucking face, and he's like, "You gonna take my orders, motherfucker?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll take your orders." And then the captain's like, "And you, Commander Riker, will you obey my orders?"
No, and it was just like, it couldn't have been anybody else. I don't know. I can't there's no other character on the Enterprise right now that would be able to pull it off.
Oh yeah, dude. Riker,
and obviously sending Worf would be pointless. That'd make no sense.
Yeah, no, you have to send I almost said a white guy, but you have to send a human. It would be funny to send Data and Riker, and just
Data would just rip their arms off.
He wouldn't, but he would.
Sockets.
I'd like to see Data do like a Three Stooges bit with the Klingons, where he pokes them in the eyes and shit. So now we get back to the bridge of the Enterprise, and Worf is saying, "Sir, an automatic scan has registered an unknown substance. And then Mendon is like, oh yeah, I noticed it when I did my scan of the POG. And Worf is like, you were supposed to tell me shit if shit shat. And Mendon's like, I wasn't done with my analysis. It's a Benzite thing, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Followed procedures.
Benzite procedure is different. You didn't get indoctrinated properly, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I mean, but this is at point. It's like this is the second point that he's making, or Picard, to the Benzite.
Yeah,
what's his name? Mendar.
Mendon. And so basically, he didn't tell the captain what was going on because he didn't analyze it 100% and know exactly what was going on. And Worf is like, on the Enterprise, we tell command of weird shit, motherfucker. And Worf just immediately goes up this Mendon guy's ass, and it's pretty great. Like, Worf is the last person that you would want being your boss on your internship, because he don't care. In his fucking world, he would just kick your fucking ass. Like, if in Klingon society, as we see, it is Benzite regulation. I have simply followed proper procedure. It is your procedure, Ensign, to tell us if fucking weird shit is going on. So he's going to keep doing his research. And that's the other thing. Again, he gets his way. Like, he ends up like, Picard's like, well, you should have fucking told us, but continue being very important to this endeavor.
Well, it's because he was going to ask him to look into it anyways.
Right, but that's also part of the shit.
But also, I guess it's nice because it's like...
Let me jump in really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick. One thing that I like about... I'm going to pause it before Riker gets hit on in the bar. Now, one thing that I like about the Enterprise is... You see this via Wesley, they make this point. But it really is, if you have something helpful to the mission or the matter of the day or whatever... that really supersedes rank. Like, you are supposed to go up to your supervisor and then they bring it up the chain of command. But like, once you did that, like, if he had gone through the chain of command, Picard would just immediately walk up down to him as an ensign and be like, okay, ensign, let's get O'Brien in here. Let's work on this together, And I really think that is why... I do feel like that's why I think kids like myself growing up identified with this, because it really made it feel like, oh, if you're on the Enterprise, and that's communism, right? If you're on the Enterprise, everybody has a voice. And Worf is up Mendon's ass going into Act 3, where Al, I want you to tell us a little bit, not to put you on the spot.
I wanted to make one more point.
Oh my God, rewind. Yeah. Oh my God.
No, you're good.
I'm so bad at podcasting.
There was it was just to add on to the point that you were making. Now it's like, there's obviously bosses and stuff that like tell you to do rules and X and Y and Z, but
Absolutely.
They don't like give you any reasoning behind it.
You got to do rules.
Picard gives the reason. He's like, it's not your responsibility to take care of the ship. It's our responsibility. Like, if you let me know, like, we'll all be in the know and I'll be able to help you, and we'll be able to like record what the fuck is going on, rather than you just going off on your own adventure and not telling anybody what's going on.
You have all of the knowledge.
To your credit, like, he has data help.
You have all of the knowledge of the people of the Enterprise computer and data. You should definitely take advantage of that.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's like... And it's funny, too, because a scene that comes up later when he feels really bad and Wesley's just like, oh, it's okay, like, you make a mistake. It happens. Like, thank God it was Picard, I
love Wesley, like, Wesley being like, hey, man, I could tell you how many times I've fucking had that old bastard up my ass.
The ship.
I almost
killed us all.
I have almost killed us all as many times as I have saved everybody. Like, it's crazy. And that's like a half dozen of each.
Oh yeah, but anyways, this scene just like, I think it.
Are you talking about?
It breaks the tension.
Are you talking about the next scene? On the Klingon in the Klingon mess hall, the galley.
Yeah, this definitely like breaks the tension. It gives like the vibe though of like funny, sexist, fucked up jokes.
Well, they kind of
like span, alien and male races.
It kind of flips the tables on gender roles. Like, the women are very single-minded, and honestly, one of the Klingons, and looks kind of like your girl from Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Which one?
One of the Klingons that's given Riker the hairy eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Dead ringer for Quinta Brunson, I think, and in a good way. Like, and it made me think of like if you were doing this as a, not the one who says that, who asks Riker if the Gach is good or whatever, but the one who's like across the, yes. Yeah, dude. So this one lady's really into Riker, and of course, Clag, our boy Brian Thompson, is like trying to get Riker to be grossed out by food. He's like, "Oh yeah, you think that was good? Well, how about you like this live Gach, huh? Would you like something easier?" And he's like, "If Klingon food is too strong for you, perhaps one of the females could breastfeed you. You may live long enough to learn about us." They all laugh.
It's like, I don't know. It's like, by serving it to him live, I feel as if he's fucking with him. I don't know. It's a bit of like, oh, are you trying to like, you know, well, because he was eating it dead on the Enterprise.
Yeah, he wasn't eating it right on the Enterprise. That was replicated Gach that he ate on the Enterprise. They mentioned that. True. I think Worf even made note of that or something.
But I don't know. He's kind of like egging him on.
Dude,
but
definitely,
it's kind of nice that, like, you know, it's Riker kind of like, you know, it's kind of, what is it? It's just this weird, awkward, like, kind of bro tension that you have and then you keep joking. And then you keep joking until y'all cross paths, you know? And I think the joke about the threesomes and all that is like, that just really broke the tension and made everybody laugh, you know? I
love Riker bonding with the Klingons, and basically like the crew kind of likes Riker more than the captain, which becomes a thing later, obviously. And so it's kind of like when I went to India. If I went to India and my hosts there were like, "Hey, try this. It's like, if you need something that's not as spicy, maybe we could get you a little baby's milk."
Or macaroni and cheese.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Would you like some Kraft dinner? That's Canadians, motherfucker. I want chicken tikka masala extra hot with the good rice. Now, this Klingon lady claims Riker. And the ladies want to know if Riker could survive fucking them. And he's like, one or both. And they all like, laugh. One guy asks him, "Would you say you're a typical Federation officer?" And they basically say, "Riker, you're not what I expected. You have a sense of humor. You know, you're one of us."
Sweet moments. But it's like also, what is it? You know, Riker's just saying, you know, we're all so different, you and I, and all that. And one of the Klingons brings up like, "Hey, this is weird, you know, like, you know, our future's honor, our presence serving this ship, and
like he learns,
like, I can't really trust other people at this point." But you know, Riker was like, "But I've never eaten Gaw before, and I've never really fucked with other Klingons before, and it's like still possible, you know." I don't know. It's just like,
I love it.
A basic tutorial of
it's
like
a cultural exchange,
how cultures break and how like people relate to one another with their parents, with their family, and then humor and all that too.
One thing
once they start talking about their parents, it's like the layers start to peel off.
Good segue.
You know?
This is where we learn a big, interesting kind of difference between Klingon culture and human culture. One of the Klingons is like, "My father was captured in battle by Romulans and not allowed to die. He eventually escaped. He is now on our planet. He waits for his death. He won't get an honorable death. He will die weakened, useless, and honorless." And Kirk's like, "But he's your dad." And it's like, a Klingon is his work, not his family. And that sucks. Like, here's the thing. Klingons, I've never thought, that makes them sound like dwarves. You know, they're not dwarves. A Klingon's honor is his life, not his family. Like, that is work. I've never thought of Klingons as like fucking employees, dude. They're soldiers. And
were they Romulans or Klingons in that one episode we really love from the first season?
Romulans, Balance of
They're
Terror.
Romulans, Balance Terror. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the Romulan who eventually comes back as Sarek in casting.
Yeah, that's right.
And Riker's like, he's your dad, and the Klingons do not express feelings the way you do, and Riker's like, perhaps you should, and one of them goes, we do not know how, and that's like your good line. He goes, yesterday I did not know how to eat gach, and then he takes a big old bite of living worms. Which, again, they're really bouncing back and forth. We got Riker on the Klingon ship, and then we got old Blue Boy Menden and his breather on the Enterprise, and he says the bacteria is feeding on part of the ship. And things are even worse for the Klingon ship. There might be a 12-centimeter opening in their hull. You don't even want a 1 centimeter. I don't know much about space travel, but I think even a 1 centimeter opening in your hull is like a BFD, man. A big fucking doing thing to do.
It's creepy, with this whole like bacterial organism thing where it's like, they might be taking little tiny bites, but all those little tiny bites add up to eventually
manhole size fucking hole that's going to,
it's kind of like
depressurize your shit.
I don't forget what the bugs are called, but it's like there's some bugs that like just take out forests.
Yeah, the forest eaters.
Jump from T to T, ticks or something like that,
Forest eaters. They eat the whole forest.
But it's like they can destroy forests.
Yeah, I saw a video of it on YouTube, Mr. Beast. He was like, can you survive the forest eating bugs? And they didn't make it, man. It was fucking crazy, dude. They really let that Mr. Beast get away with anything. Now, so they've got to find a way to warn they got to find the Klingon ship and warn them, right? And this is where the plot twists in a delightfully delicious way, because they find the hole on their ship, the Klingons do, and they're like, hey, motherfucker, there's a hole in our hull, and it's the same spot that your ship was scanning a bit too closely. So when the Menden was scanning the Klingon ship, they now think that the Enterprise made the hole, and he says, I intend to attack the Enterprise and destroy it. And, oh no, Riker vowed to do whatever this guy's got to do. So now he's got to, that's where all of his stuff is. I would be like, look, I've got so much stuff over there, dude. Look my toys behind me. Like, imagine if I was serving on a ship and they were like, you have to destroy your apartment building in Van Nuys. I'd be like, oh no, that's where all my shit is, bro.
Yeah, and Riker tries to plead, and he's like, "Why would they do that? I'm on this ship.
Cannot figure it out.
Like you said, all my stuff is over there. Like, please don't blow this up.
You're clearly a fucking spy." And they keep him on as first officer, even though like your loyalties, we don't know where they lie. Continue helping me run this business of ship that I call my work.
Instead of putting you in the brig, you'll stay on the bridge.
What a great act break, because it's like he's going to destroy the Enterprise. Riker, that's his buddies over there. Cut to Act 4. And I love this bit because it's Wesley and Menden, right? And you kind of alluded to this earlier when Wesley basically is saying, hey, don't beat yourself up about it, bro. But it's basically like Menden's doing some shit and Wesley is just standing over his shoulder watching him. And then Menden is like, I did pretty bad. Wesley's like looking over his shoulder. Hey, good job. You're making good progress. You've eliminated half the possibilities. And he's like, I fucked up, man. And Wesley's like, Picard doesn't like errors, but he knows that it happens. And he's like, I had a chance to kiss the captain's ass and I blew it. And Wesley's like, stop beating yourself up, bro. And
he just says all the right things. I feel it's very Gary Stu.
Yes, and it's very teen. That's what I'm saying. They were trying to get the kids in. It's like the two teens relating. Like Wesley's like, hey man, I have had that 90-year-old, the most intimidating motherfucker in the Federation, mad at me before, and he's like,
hey, I've had a whole planet of people pissed off at me
And
because I broke some flowers.
I literally caused an intergalactic incident between two planets. And he basically, Wesley says, I thought you could use a friend. And then at the end, Mendon barely learns his lesson. He says, you're right. I'll do it your way, and I'll succeed like the greatest super genius to ever live. He's just like instantly overcorrects. Now,
yeah, but it's just it's a very self-insert, like, lesson heavy moment that we've gotten a lot in 90s TV, you know.
Absolutely.
I feel like he's just hitting its mark. But I guess that's what's nice about this sci-fi setting, is that, like, we're seeing this stereotypical mistrust from, like, Riker's point of view being on the Klingon ship. And then we get, like, you know, the interesting, awkward workplace niches and issues that, like, a new hire would go through. Because everybody on the Enterprise is, like, way nicer, you know?
Right? And who knows what... I mean, obviously shit is crazy on a Benzite ship, but...
Yeah.
So back on the Klingon ship, Riker goes down to Klingon engineering to check on the organism, and somebody's like, keep an eye on that asshole. And Brian Thompson is like, I don't think Riker knew what was going on. He may be a spy, but he's no coward. Basically, the Enterprise is on an intercept course with us, and it's so cool because they're cloaked. They go to full battle alert. Let the Enterprise charge into their destruction, right? And they're conducting a massive scan of the area, and basically, like, oh, that's what they say. They say the Enterprise is conducting a massive scan in the area, and it's like, that's what got you into this. And basically, Riker's even saying, dude, they're
looking for us.
They might be here to help you. And the captain's like, you serve me, bitch. And
yeah, but it's funny though how it's like, they're looking for us. They're gonna they're searching for us so they can kill us. So we gotta cloak ourselves.
Right. And then
cloaked.
My note at this point says Riker should just kill this Klingon captain already. Basically, Riker says, I'll die with you, but I won't betray the Enterprise's secrets. And he goes, you'll die like a Klingon. I just think that Riker needs to kill this guy to protect his crew, both the crew of the Klingon ship and the crew of the Enterprise, right?
Yeah.
And this is where Blue Vape Boy, Mendon, leapfrogs chain of command after just learning what not to do. He reports right to Picard, and they don't call him on it this time because he says that if they use a tunneling neutrino beam, which of course... to clean the shit off the hull, and Worf is like clearly suspicious of everything going on. He's like, what's going on out there? I sense there might be Klingons cloaked in the area. And then on the Enterprise, Riker's like, the Enterprise is here to help. He's like, I do not believe them. Yeah, because they put out a message saying, hey, you got a bacteria on your ship. We're here to help you.
The Enterprise beamed out a message. And yeah, it's funny because
they zip-zapped it out there.
They can't find the ship. I guess Worf's confused, but Data's like, I mean, it's either cloaked or blown up.
Right? Yes. He's
like, oh God.
Either destroyed or cloaked. Probably cloaked. Oh, because they think that, well, no, it could be blown up. It could be been destroyed by the bacteria.
Took over. Yeah, exactly. That's why they're just like, well, this isn't good news.
And then Riker says they go to red alert on the bridge, and then on the Enterprise. And then Riker says the Enterprise will not fire first. And he goes, you'll only get one shot, phasers and torpedoes. And so Riker's basically taking control of this situation to be like, don't fire until you're within 40K of the 40 kilometers. And then he goes, you will give the order to fire, Commander Riker. Riker says, you're forcing this confrontation for no reason. And then Riker, click, click, activates his transponder.
Yes. And I think 40,000 kilometers is the range of that, right?
Yes. Riker is going to get them to beam the Klingon captain over to the ship because the Klingon captain is holding the transponder.
Yeah.
And 40K that's the distance that they'll beam him over. And so basically Riker They beam Kargan over to the Klingon ship, and Worf immediately stuns him with a zap from his stun gun, his taser, phaser taser. Riker commands the Klingon ship. He's the captain now, Captain Phillips style. Riker commands that Picard lower his shields and surrender. And the look on Picard's face is precious. He's like, I get it. The Klingons get to save face because their ship was victorious. And then they're going to help start do the repairs to the Klingon ship with the neutrino beam. The Klingon captain bonks Riker and is like, get him off my ship. And I kind of thought we were going to get to see Brian Thompson kill the Klingon captain, but you kind of sense that that's something that's going to happen off screen pretty soon.
Or like he just gets like banished to Klingon, or what planet are they? That planet Klingon? I don't know.
Yeah, Kronos is the Klingon planet, but no, they probably have a Siberia. They have their Klingon version of Siberia, the catch-all, the racist catch-all for where they say they send their villains.
It's clever because, you're right. The Klingons still get the safe face because they technically are victorious, but it's also kind of like, but no one got hurt. You know?
Yeah, right.
Like it's a nice way to supersede all of this. Proper traditions.
Yes.
All that authority BS.
It's knowing how to work the Klingon culture stuff around the Federation regulations and shit.
Yeah.
Now Picard goes to meet Riker, and Riker beams back, and Picard's like, "Gosh, that was the fastest." Riker goes, "That was fastest mission in Starfleet history," and Picard's like, "It almost became the longest. You fucking dumbass! You could have been killed, and then you could have killed us." And basically, Worf walks Riker to sickbay, and Riker says, "Worf, you come from a very brave and unique people." And that's the end, and there's not really any Benzite closure. They don't go back to him. He just told them how to fix it with the neutrino beam. He reported right to Picard, even though he shouldn't have. Didn't learn his lesson, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. So what did you think, Al, of A Matter of Honor?
This one was good. It was a nice combination of, first off, there's no planet. They stay on their ships.
Yeah, it's a ships episode, like the game Battleship.
Yeah, and it's very Riker heavy, which we love. We both like his character a lot. We figure out more about the Klingons, which is nice. I don't know. I guess it's like what you were saying. They're kind of just like, it's coming off like dwarfs or like really brazen like orcs or something.
Worker ants. They're not worker ants, you know? They don't build stuff. Like that's what I didn't get that part of it.
Yeah, but it also feels strange that it took this long for them to meet up, I guess. Like you would think they'd be the Klingons and Starfleet would be a little tighter, but
Worf is, kind of part of that, you know?
It's like Worf, we're still going to have episodes down the line, about Worf in his past. Because, like, you'll see, I guess you meet his parents in Next Gen, I think. And then they show up in Deep Space Nine again, too.
I wouldn't doubt it, yeah.
But it's like, about how he was, like, adopted and all that.
It's interesting that you bring up Worf, because I feel like even though this was a Klingon... ostensibly a big Klingon heavy episode, Worf had the least to do.
I know, right?
Worf's capacity as a Klingon, he's used to just like give a couple of tips to Riker, right?
No, yeah. And then he
all
gives him the MacGuffin,
the transponder. But here's the thing. So Worf basically is acting more in capacity as a Starfleet guy this whole time than as a Klingon. Like he even like on the bridge, he kind of shows his Klingon aggression on the Benzite a little bit, but ultimately he's doing Starfleet stuff to the guy, you know?
Yeah, it's because, the other half of the episode is just like pure Klingon stuff,
I love it.
With
also,
them all like bullying each other and messing around and making jokes and all that shit.
And they really show us like, hey, the people who aren't the captains, we're not so much different, We're all not the captain. We've all got somebody, the shit rolls downhill to us from someone.
Yeah.
We're in it together.
the captain's kind of safe face, or they're like the responsibility of the ship. I mean, it kind of goes back to like when the Benzite was like, oh, I was just going to assume the problem and figure it out myself. But
that's not how the
Picard's
Federation
like, that's
works.
Not your responsibility. Like, that's just not your job.
Yeah, dude, you got to know your role. Wasn't it?
Wasn't it? What he wants to do.
Wasn't it the Rock, or was it the Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin who suggested that you must know your role, jabroni? Maybe it was the Rock, but yeah. So I thought that the Klingon stuff was great. Love the costumes. Love all the red lighting on the Klingon ship. I love the connections between like the fish out of water nature sort of both the Benzite and Riker, but also you see the difference between a seasoned officer dealing with the fish out of water shit versus the ensign Benzite who didn't know shit from shat. But I liked it, man. So how many Benzite breathers? Do you have anything else you want to say about the episode?
No, not really. Nothing to add other than like I didn't really make the connection until you had brought up, oh, these like all correlate
parallel
with the
stories.
Of the Benzite,
Paralites,
parallels,
parallelites.
With the story
parabola,
on the
parabolas.
Klingon ship.
Yeah, absolutely. So how many bowls of gach do you give this? 1 to 5?
This is very solid. I give this a 4.
4? That's like, what I was going to say.
That I would recommend people to watch.
Oh, dude, this is a standout.
Just a nice, like, it's a standout for sure. And like, I think this is again part of like that shift from season 2, from season 1 of like, we're not just going to do a villain of the week. We're not just going to do an alien of the week. We're going to like delve into like what Starfleet's trying to do next, and in turn kind of expand the universe too. We're getting introduced to new aliens and new cultures and all that too.
Which is so funny because, it's just, it was great. I liked it a lot. I usually these episodes of the cultural mashups, they definitely can hit or miss. I was writing down our ratings, so I kind of lost my mind for a second. So I'm sorry if I lost my train of thought there. But no, I think you sum it up great, man. I think that it's a solid episode, and I think if we look back in a year or two, a couple seasons from now, and we think, well, this was a 4, I think it's going to be a solid gauge for kind of what a 4 feels like. I do think one last thing I want to say is it's always funny. They just like, yeah, we get it. Klingons are gross. They eat gross shit. Like they just cover like how disgusting the shit Klingons eat is over and over again. I love it.
Show you. Actually, I found it here.
Oh yeah. What are the meals? Al is going to read us the meals of A Matter of Honor.
This is off of Memory Alpha too.
Anthony Bourdain ate all of these before he died.
No, this was, where'd it go?
How would I possibly know that?
According to Alan Sims, this is a prop master. This was part of the season 2 DVD special featurette.
Ooh, remember those?
So the gaw was actually long brown noodles.
Ooh.
And then the rokig blood pie was turnips and pumpkin pies dyed red.
Whoa.
And then they used chicken feet as Piper's claw, and then animal organs as heart of targ. And then they use like various like fish eyes, fish, squids, octopus. Because you saw that one plate with like the octopus.
That was definitely just straight up octopus. Yeah. Like, you guys have octopus too? Cool.
And so then I guess Alan was saying he bought most of this from the Asian fish market in California before they were recording
next to the Paramount lot. I've probably drove by it over there. I
just thought that was really funny to read because I was
good
like,
pull,
really
man, good remembering it. We don't always pay off what we mention at the beginning, but you did good podcast on that one, buddy. I also distracted myself earlier because I didn't have my recommendation slot filled, but I know what I'm going to recommend now, which brings us to our final segment of the week. Captain, Adam and Al are recommending things. I repeat, Adam and Al are recommending things. What do you got for us, Al?
Let's see.
Oh man, I thought that. Oh, sorry.
I've been watching. There's been more SVU, more Abbott. Abbott's been really good. I just it's crazy. I don't know. It's like they're still funny. It's
sure.
Just, with these shows, comedy shows going on for a while, you always kind of hit some duds, or there's certain actors that are like the standouts. No, it's all ensemble, all pistons firing. It's really good.
Yeah, dude, I love that show. So
watching new Abbott.
Man, this is like the 5th week, not in a row, but this is like the 5th time Abbott Elementary has been your recommendation. I love it.
It's so good.
And honestly, I had something else that I was going to recommend, but you kind of hit me. Brittany and I watch Ghosts, and that show fucking rips. We watched the British version as well, but the American version of Ghosts with the lady who played Liv Moore on iZombie, Rose McIver.
That's the show with the chick, and she's in a house, and it's haunted, and there's all these different ghost personalities.
It's kind of reductive, but yes, that's exactly what it is. So basically, her and her husband own they buy an old old mansion they're gonna turn into a bed and breakfast. He's a chef, and she wants to be a bed and breakfast operator. And she's Rose McIver, who's an amazing actress, and she falls and gets electrocuted or something and has a near-death experience, and then suddenly she can see the ghosts of the property. And they're ghosts who are geo-fenced to the property, so it's people who have died on the property over hundreds of years. So there's a Viking, and people other ghosts show up that have been in certain hiding places or whatever. And it's just really funny and light and low stakes, but good jokes, good character acting. It's feels like a classic wacky supernatural sitcom.
Feels like an anime, honestly.
It does, feel absolutely.
Now we've reached a cultural moment where it's I don't know, regular schmegular sitcoms just don't hit. I don't know.
Dude,
I gotta have some crazy quirk.
I have been saying I have been saying that I can't watch regular dramas or comedies. That's why I can't watch Abbott. I love it. I know it's very good, but it's people at work, and none of them are werewolves.
Yeah.
If one of them, if Quinta Brunson actually played a Klingon who's part of an exchange program teaching at Abbott,
that'd be cool.
I would be all over that shit. But yeah, so I recommend Ghosts, and you have we share Paramount Plus, which you watch Star Trek on, I'm sure, so you should watch it there. But also something else I've been into is I've been playing Breath of Fire 2 on so when you subscribe to Nintendo monthly on the Switch, it's $4 a month or whatever, so that you can play games online, which Brittany plays Hades, and that's got some online stuff, I think, or something, or I played Dark Souls online. But anyway, point is, they've got a catalog of Super Nintendo games you can play. And there's not a lot of great JRPGs on it because they can sell you those,
Yeah,
they're not gonna. You're not gonna have American Final Fantasy 2 port on there when they're gonna sell you the pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 5. But they do have Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2. And those are classic fucking RPGs. And I've been playing Breath of Fire 2 lately, and it's been really good. So did you think of something else you wanted to recommend? It looked like you had an epiphany.
Actually, I don't know. It was we were watching this at first. It's called Code 3. It came out last year.
Code 3, is it a movie, TV show? What the fuck is it?
It's a movie.
Who's in it?
And it's with, if you like Rainn Wilson, I'd watch it.
That's so fucking specific.
Lil Rel Howery.
Lil Rel?
Yeah.
So it's the guy it's the best friend from the Sunken Place movie.
Yeah.
And Dwight from The Office. Out? Yeah. So it's the guy from Get Out.
Yeah, Dwight from The Office. And they're both EMTs. And it's just hijinks and hysteria that happens from an LA shift.
Ooh.
But it gets weird.
That's where I live.
It's there's no, there is a plot, and you see the guy trying to make a point, but it just doesn't work.
Doesn't
I don't know.
coalesce.
It's like, it's an interesting case of like them trying to make a comedy, and like at first it is successful, but then it gets like really dramatic. And I turned to my girl and I was just like, this is kind of like The Pit. I don't want to watch it. I mean, I'll watch The Pit later, but it's like, why don't we just change the channel?
I'm not going to watch
I'd
The
recommend
Pit.
it for like, I don't know, just a case study of like how these comedies are structured differently now, you know?
Look, I'm not going to watch The Pit unless it's the pit of hell and it's like demons being doctors or something, okay?
Right.
I do not have time for ER with
Or like
swears.
911.
Oh, those 911 shows. But yeah,
Those
the
are
Pit
crazy,
the
dude.
Pit really
I can't
does feel
imagine.
like ER with swears. And then the Rescue 911 shows, yes, I would write for one in a heartbeat for 15 weeks. But
Could you imagine doing some crazy shift and then coming home and seeing it just like parodied on TV?
Oh, a buddy of mine, a friend of mine died tragically in Chicago. And the show Chicago Fire did a based on his story. It was really fucked up.
Whoa.
Yeah, like I won't mention it, but it's
how does credits even work?
I
Like, how
don't
does
know.
that-
I never got into it. It was very sad. I just remember CNN called me to ask me about it when he died, because I had his stand-up videos on my YouTube channel, and I locked it down because one of his stand-up videos was, he was a little edgelord kid at the time, so it was kind of edgy, and people were like, "Oh, how edgy are you now that you're in hell?" It's like, whoa, this is a 23-year-old kid who died tragically. Come on, man, what the fuck? But anyway, I don't want to bring people down at the end. So you're saying watch Abbott Elementary. And
Yes,
what was this
Abbott.
Lil Rel and Dwight Schrute movie that you didn't recommend,
Code
but
3.
you just told us you watched it? Code
I feel
3.
like it's a laundry movie, you know, like you do your laundry, you look down and you look up again, you're like, oh, okay, that was funny. And then you look down and do whatever you were doing.
See, I have replaced all laundry movies with podcasts, so that's how I do it. But yeah, so that's I appreciate the recommendation for stuff that I do kind of watch already. But people out there, you gotta watch Abbott, even though they're at work. And as much as you don't want to watch somebody at work, the laughs are good and it's got heart. And Ghosts is the same way.
Fast-paced too.
And also Breath of Fire 2 has got heart. It's real good. It's a 1994, 95 JRPG. But yeah, so that's it for this episode of Trek in the Valley. Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys out there. Gals,
Thank you
guys,
so
gals,
much,
everything
guys.
in betwixt. We appreciate you. Come back next week where we're going to be discussing a heavy episode. I'm gonna have to finish my weed and energy drink between episodes here to get jacked to talk about this next one, because it is a heavy
this one's
hitting,
pretty serious.
a measure of a man. It's a Data episode, folks. So come on back.
This is
Go
like
lay it on me.
the final, like, let's settle this debate fucking for real.
I would hope so, and I'll talk about how it kind of patches into stuff from the Picard show as well. This is a very important groundwork laying episode next week. That's a measure of a man. Thank you for listening to episode 154 of Trek in the Valley.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, well, listen to us next week, gang. Bye.
Bye.
154. Trek in the Valley is brought to you by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hurt. The theme was produced by Al. The episodes are engineered by Adam. You can email the podcast at trekinthevalley@gmail.com, or you can search for us on Blue Sky and Facebook as Trek in the Valley and follow us over there. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, whatever you do on your podcast apps. It really helps us out. And never forget, always explore strange new fucking worlds.